What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Last time, we looked a little bit into Beerus' history, also finally getting introduced to his brother Champa, at least this series' version of him. Of course, their encounter didn't really go as planned. The two of them ended up having to lay low for a while, splitting up, and now Champa is nowhere to be seen. And as for Beerus, he found some random planet called Metamorph, so he's gonna stay on there for a bit. Meanwhile on Earth, someone from the future appeared. We'll be seeing all that and more in this part. For this video, let's set a like goal of 3,000 likes. If we hit that, I'll continue with another part to the series. Anyways, let's pick up from here. Once Trunks finally arrives in the past, he's a bit confused to see that there's no Frieza there, but still, everything seems okay. He gives a quick rundown on the androids and the heart virus, and then goes back to his timeline, which, as we briefly covered last time, is very different than this one because the fact that Beerus is here. Of course, this doesn't really matter right now, but later on, these differences will really begin to show. Beerus continues staying on Metamorph for a few more months. He needs to lay low just for a little bit longer just so the Galactic Patrol won't find him, and thankfully it works. Of course, they're still searching for him, especially Beerus and now even his brother and sister, who we'll be seeing later on. But there's a bright side to this. Beerus is actually able to learn a brand new technique, actually a couple things. He trains here and he learns something very interesting, a technique that lets two people turn into one, although he's not sure if it's going to come in handy right now. He does need someone of a similar power and a similar height, and there's only really two people that match that description. Goku is one of them, and the other one is Champa, but Champa's not going to be fusing with him anytime soon, and as for Goku, he has no idea of what to do with that or when to use it, so he just keeps it in mind for later. Maybe it'll come in handy someday, especially with him and Goku. It'll be a good technique to keep in mind, even if they're not using it right now. But eventually, he does have to return to Earth. He can't stay here forever, and he feels like he's laid low long enough. He doesn't really want to be away from Earth too long. That might worry everyone. Thankfully, he's able to get back safely. Although, there's still no sign of Champa anywhere. He doesn't know where he went to, when he's going to show up, or if he's going to even show up at all. Maybe he doesn't even know where Earth is or where Beerus is. He probably will find him eventually though. He trusts that his brother is smart enough for that. Anyways, he's filled out on the androids and everything. Interested to hear that there's someone time traveling here. Damn, he wish he was here to see it, but hey, he'll at least get to meet Trunks eventually. He's surprised at the group's decision to not just destroy the androids right now, but it might be nice. It'll be a good opportunity for them to train, so they take this opportunity. That'll be a great motivator for them. Hopefully this ends up working. Meanwhile, out in space, Beerus continues his hunt for the twins. He's not able to find anyone anywhere. He doesn't know where they went to or if they'll be able to find them. They can't even sense their powers anymore, which means they're either suppressing them or they've already made it a long ways away. But he's not going to give up. He's going to find them eventually because he knows the two of them are threats, not just to the patrol, but maybe all of the galaxies overall. These two are strong, fast, and crafty. Also, this might be a good opportunity to test himself, especially because his brother and sister say so. Maybe he should handle this on his own. They'll show up later if he really needs, but for now, this is something that he should do on his own, alongside Jocko and the rest of the Galactic Patrol. Maybe he could prove himself, show that he's stronger than he really is. He wonders if he'll ever be able to locate them though. He has no leads and just knows that they split up randomly, so even if he finds one, he's not necessarily going to find the other. This isn't going to happen right away though. More time passes, and we go back to Earth. As people are training for the androids, it's worth mentioning that Chi-Chi is still training too. And as for Piccolo, let's cover him for a bit. He is a lot more secluded than normal. He's still part of the group, but not entirely. If you remember back to the Saiyan saga, he didn't get the same development at all. So he still is kind of a good guy, but he's more to himself. He's not as soft as before, and he's not really that close with Gohan or Goku for that matter. Beerus, he kind of does get along with, but mainly there is one person that he got very close with, which is pretty surprising, Vegeta. The two of them are in similar spots. Both were changed by Earth, and now, as two former villains working together, they actually have more in common than expected. Of course, Vegeta still wants Kakarot as a rival, but Piccolo, he actually makes a very good rival besides Goku. Unlike a Saiyan, Piccolo's growing strong in a very different way, and he has very different ways of fighting, which makes it very interesting for Vegeta too. The two of them work off each other, not only getting stronger together, but learning different abilities from each other. It's a very nice experience for both of them, and even though they're not as soft as before, they still soften up a bit because the two of them find friends within each other, both being secluded from the group and all. Although Vegeta does have Bulma while Piccolo just has himself. But hey, self-love is better than nothing. Anyways, some more time passes. I know this is like the 20th time I've said more time passes in this video, but hey, we're finally at the androids, so I don't need to say that anymore. The androids end up appearing, although much different than before, at least from what Trunks expected. Androids 19 and 20 show up, and a lot of this goes normal at first, for the first brief moment of it. Goku ends up falling ill, and this is where things begin changing. Beerus gets pretty pissed at Goku. That damn Goku. Of course he didn't take whatever medicine he had. That's just like him. It sucks too because that means they're going to be losing Chi-Chi from the fight as well. She's the one who takes him home and tries to take care of him, but she says they'll be back soon enough. Hopefully Goku can recover from this. But the group should be fine otherwise. They've all gotten strong enough, and as for Beerus and Vegeta, they feel like they could take on the androids. Beerus takes on Android 20, while Vegeta takes on Android 19. And at first, the two of them get tripped up by their energy absorption, but eventually the two of them let their anger get to them. Vegeta's kind of pissed at Kakarot for what he did, and so is Beerus. It's not really like rage, but they're just kind of annoyed by this, and now they have to handle it themselves. And it fuels them for battle too. Goku being forgetful actually does help them here. The two of them use this power to fight the androids, brutally beating them. Not even 20 gets away. Both of them are killed, and the two agree. Goku did something pretty goofy, but Beerus and Vegeta end up calming down. It's not really that serious. So, what do they do now? They just killed the androids, right? That has to be the two of them. Well, not exactly. Trunks eventually shows up, meeting Beerus. What a weird dude. I mean, he's met weird people before, he's Trunks, and he's encountered a lot of weird stuff, but this is different. He didn't even know this guy existed, besides Goku mentioning him. He thought he would be another human or something, but no, it's some cat dude. And he seems to be an alien. Weird, but cool. Although here's something else weird, but it isn't really cool. It's the fact that the two androids that showed up aren't actually his. Well, they don't know that, but Trunks tells them it isn't them. The two ones that he encountered, it's a boy and a girl. Two twins. Teenagers, actually. They encountered some old man and some robot that was with him. That's strange. That's not who we encountered. This is bad. There might be more androids. And that means 17 and 18 are probably out there somewhere still. But then they notice something strange. After they killed the androids, there's a couple of parts scattered about. And next to where 20's corpse is, or his parts or whatever, they see some sort of remote. Oh no, that can't be what they think it is, right? Well, it is. He knew he wouldn't be able to make it back to the lab, but he had a great contingency plan. Activate the androids remotely. Even if he dies here, it doesn't matter. Those two will come out and avenge him. Great. They would try and find Jiro's lab as the source, but they don't even need to now, because the androids are already activated and they're probably coming for them already. Crap. This might be kind of bad. But hey, if they killed those two androids, maybe 17-18 won't be too bad. Trunks doesn't know how strong those other androids were. But if they're here, then that means 17-18 are probably different as well. That could lead to some bad things, but it also could lead to some opportunities. The group begins searching, but the androids are able to find them soon enough. And Trunks realizes how bad this is once he sees that there's 3 androids there, not just 2. Those 2 are the ones he saw before, 17 and 18. But there's another one, a very tall one with green armor. It's android 16. Crap. Another? That's 5 androids over here. He's only encountered 2 in his timeline. And these 2 seem like they're stronger than the ones in his timeline. That makes things way worse. Although they seem to act different too, which is nice. Maybe there's some difference that could help them here, but he's not too sure. The group ends up fighting the androids, and with all of them together, especially with Beerus using his Rage Mode and Kaioken, and Vegeta being able to use Super Saiyan now, as well as Gohan using it too, this actually makes things not as bad as normal. I mean, in the main series, they were a little bit more disadvantaged because they had less people, and people were weaker. But here, they have stronger fighters. Vegeta's probably going to be a bit stronger than normal, and Gohan's part of the group too now this time, instead of not being there. Not just that, but he has Super Saiyan with a control on it, which makes a huge difference. And obviously, Beerus is there. Using his Rage Mode and Kaioken makes things very nice. Although, this doesn't mean they overpower the androids right away, no. It's more so that they could hold their own against them. It's like an even fight, although that's kind of bad considering they outnumber the androids significantly. And it's just the 2 of them fighting, 16's not even joining the fight yet. But then, someone else appears that wasn't expected. Beerus throws a punch at android 17, and someone else appears in front of him, catching the punch. What the hell? Who's this now? But everyone looks closer and sees. He looks very familiar, like very familiar. And Beerus looks visibly pissed. Champa? Yes, Champa's here, but how the hell did he get here? Beerus' rage bubbles up even more. Don't interrupt this fight. If he wanted to fight, they should have before. Why would he show up now of all times? And it seems he's here to cause trouble. The androids are confused, but see that this guy's probably allied with them. So the 2 of them launch an attack at Champa. He turns around, launching his own attack. Thankfully they held back, but he's surprised. Those 2 seem pretty strong, although he can't really sense them either. He teleported here because he sensed the other powers of people like Beerus. Wait, teleported? They ask him what he means. He begins explaining to Beerus. He ended up on some planet called Yardrat where he learned some pretty interesting techniques, including one that allows him to teleport to any place where he could sense energy. Damn. Beerus kind of wishes he ended up there, but his technique is still pretty cool too. Okay, the androids are getting a bit annoyed. Why is this guy interrupting the fight, and what is so important about it? The 2 start attacking again, and that only pisses off Beerus and Champa. Champa was coming here to get back at his brother and fight him, but these 2 are kind of getting in the way. So it looks like they're actually going to have to work together for once in a while. It reminds them of old times, although this is only temporary. The 2 are still pissed off at each other and pissed off at the androids, and this anger only fuels them. The 2 go into their rage mode, with Champa showing off his own as well. This is what Beerus needed to know about. Clearly Champa knows more about it, and whatever destructive abilities that they have. That one thing he used against Frieza, he wants to be able to use that power again, but he doesn't know how. Maybe Champa has more info about their species that he could use. He's definitely more knowledgeable about it. And even as they fight the androids, the two of them bicker with each other, and the androids get annoyed too. Really? They're fighting each other now, mid-battle, while they're fighting to the death with these androids? The androids get a little bit bored and leave. They don't really want to get involved in this because it seems like this fight is going nowhere, and they'd rather use this opportunity to go kill Goku. Well, at least no one died here. Maybe the two brothers fighting actually did help, because now that they were fighting, the androids just got bored and left. But still, that leaves a problem. They're trying to hunt down Goku now still. Okay, but everyone's confused, especially Trunks. Who is this guy? Well, they heard of Champa before, but they don't know how he showed up here or why he just showed up now. So Beerus introduces him, and Champa says he can introduce himself, telling his brother to shut up. It's pretty interesting for them to see Champa because after hearing what happened between the two of them, they're acting pretty childish about it. They thought it would be more explosive, but no, they're acting like two children fighting. It's just a classic sibling rivalry, and they definitely see the resemblance between the two of them. Although they kind of expected someone that looks exactly like Beerus, and he does, sorta, but he's also a lot bigger in a way. Alright, Champa explained why he's here and how he even got here. So now he wants to hear what Beerus has been doing. So he explains. He already told everyone else in the group, but Champa also needs to be caught up to speed about what's happening here. He does want to fight Beerus, but those two seem like a bigger threat right now. He'll settle the score with Beerus eventually. I mean, he's not here to kill him. The group was kind of worried about that at first when he showed up, but it's more of a childish rivalry and the two of them just want to spar. Wow, considering what happened between the two of them, they expected a lot more, but this guy's acting exactly like his brother. The two have a lot more in common than they thought, and the group's interested to learn more about Champa. But Beerus says they could save the introductions for later. He asks Champa if he'll help them out. He says he completely understands if Champa doesn't want to. He knows why he's here and it's not to fight the androids. And Champa thinks for a bit. Yeah, that could be fun. Even if he does have to team up with Beerus for a bit, I mean, Beerus is still his brother, and they do want to put their differences aside, as much as they're bickering right now. He knows that Beerus feels bad about what he did, and the group is still confused about what happened, but they'll save the backstories for later, as well as the bickering. Right now, what's important is protecting Earth. And Champa realizes too, if these androids actually take over Earth and kill everyone, he's never going to settle the score with his brother. Even better, maybe he could take him to Yardrat one day. They could all learn this technique. He needs to warm up to everyone first. He still is a bit mad at Beerus after all. He's not just going to let him get this technique right away. Vegeta's been a little bit humiliated, so he goes off on his own with the Trunks following him. As for Gohan, Piccolo, Beerus, and Champa, as well as all the humans, they don't know what to do for now. They need to wait for Goku to heal up, so they should try and find the androids and make sure they stay away from Goku, as well as doing some more training. Beerus and Champa go off on their own with Piccolo. They're going to go to the lookout and see if there's anything going on. Maybe they could figure something out from Kami in terms of training. And as for the humans and Gohan, they go off on their own to do some more training themselves. They also do want to move Goku somewhere safer like Kame House and give him some company. Piccolo's group heads up to the lookout, and they notice a pretty weird presence, especially with Kami. He could sense this too. There's some malicious ki lurking about, and it feels like a mixture of everyone else's ki. What the hell is this? They sense Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Piccolo, so many different types of ki. And they sense normal people. It's like a bunch of people are screaming out at once. They have no clue what this is, but it might be worthwhile to check it out, although they do have to be careful. Champa tells them though, if there is some sort of trouble, they can definitely handle it. Piccolo reminds them, they shouldn't get too cocky because they don't know what they're going up against. For all they know, this is another android or something. But they do have an escape plan. If things go south, they do have Champa's instant transmission, although they might not need that. Maybe this will go well. They go into a city and see that it's completely abandoned, but they do sense that power. It's coming towards them. A green creature jumps out at them. In the nick of time, they're able to defend, and they sense that ki again. At first, the guy is smirking. He seems very confident at first, but that smirk goes away. His demeanor completely changes once he sees Beerus and Champa. Who the hell are these people? This is Cell, obviously, but from his timeline, there's no Beerus or Champa on Earth. He has no data on these two, and he can tell they're strong. That makes him kind of concerned at first. Maybe it's not a good idea to attack right now. He doesn't know what these two are capable of, but that also provides an opportunity. Maybe before he leaves, he can get some DNA from them, hit them with a hit and run attack, absorbing some of their energy and DNA, assimilating it within himself. He only has one shot at this. He quickly stretches out his tail. It's aimed at Champa, and Champa's able to react quickly, placing 2 fingers on his forehead, teleporting away. Crap, they saw right through his scheme. And this tells them everything they need to know. He's trying to attack with his tail. It looks like he was trying to stab them. And that energy that they sense in him, as well as the energy of all the humans, and with all the clothes scattered about and no humans to be found, they put 2 and 2 together. This guy's probably trying to absorb people. He even says it himself. It seems like he steals power from others, which is why they sense it from everyone else, but that doesn't explain why he has Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and all these other powers within him. Well, that's for them to find out. They're about to fight Cell, ready to kill him right here and now. They can tell that he's a lot weaker than them, especially combined. But Cell's not going to get ahead of himself. He uses a solar flare and then escapes. But he wants the power of those other two. He doesn't know what they're capable of, but that one guy teleported. And maybe they have some other powers that he doesn't know about. He definitely needs them to be part of him. And with that, we'll end off here for now. So, what did you guys think about this part? What do you think is going to happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. And I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of the series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon so you're notified about any future uploads on my channel, including more parts of the series or other series like this one. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.